Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning,
Morning,
all
sir.
of
Good
you.
morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good morning, sir.
good morning, all of you. Good morning. Okay, so very good morning to all of you, and we'll start our session on.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, all of you. Good morning, very good morning. Okay. So I think, yeah, we are having 35 students, so we can start our session, right? Okay, before starting our session, I will do a quick recap of what we studied in the last two sessions. So we started with probability, okay, and we'll try to complete probability today. Okay. Now, so to start, we discussed various concepts, I mean various terminologies of probability. Okay, what is an experiment? What are mutually exclusive events? Okay, then what are dependent events, right? And we have also studied the very major two rules of probability. As I told you, one is addition rule, another is multiplication rule. Now, so what is addition rule? Addition rule, there are again two types of addition rule. Okay, one is addition rule is of two types. One, when events are mutually exclusive, okay, then we go PA or B is equal to PA plus PB. Again, when the events are not mutually exclusive, right? So we totally divide the events into two, rule into two parts. And if the events are not mutually exclusive, right? So the students, there are some students in the class who know dancing and singing both at the same time. So there is a joint probability case. So there, in that case, we have the formula also. PA or B is equal to PA plus PB minus PA and B, right? So these are the two rules, not two rules, these are the two sub rules of addition rule. Again, multiplication rule has two rules, right? Where the major concept that we studied is conditional probability, right? Conditional probability. So conditional probability, when given that an event has occurred, what is the probability the other event is going to occur? So if you see, there is a time sequence, okay. So given that the dash, so the right hand side has happened first, okay, a dash a, given that B, so this B has happened first and then A has happened. Okay, there is a time sequence that we need to understand in the probability, conditional probability. And conditional probability there are two rules of multiplication. Okay, again, this will depend on whether the events are independent or the events are dependent. If they are independent, okay, just like this ticket booking case, okay, in ticket booking, or if you see where the events are independent, right, the events, one event does not affect the other, right, one event. So I gave this Coke example so that you can understand. Okay. So in that case, there will be two cases of multiplication, rule of multiplication. Case number one, independent events. If the events are independent, we go for the special rule. What is special rule? PA and B is equal to PA, simple multiplication of the probability, PA into PB. And what is this rule? General
General rule.
general rule. So it is P A and B is equal to PA into PB given that A, or subsequently we can write PB multiplied by PB given that. Okay, so this is what we studied in a nutshell, and now today I will start with Bayes theorem. Yes, Chetna, you can use Venn diagram also. Can use Venn diagram. Okay, so let me share my screen. So today we are going to start a very, very important topic, that is Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem. Okay. So let me share my screen. Share the screen. So okay, is my screen visible? Bayes theorem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, I will also show you it in the board, so don't worry. I will show you it in the first in the slide, and then I will go to my board. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So as some of you wanted that you might need the board, so I will. Even I have started solving the problem on the board also. Okay. Okay. So let me start with Bayes theorem. Okay. Now see, try to understand first try to understand, then there is a formula. I will give you already the formula is before you. I will explain the formula. I will do one problem. Okay. Somebody writing in the chat. I will stop and I will take your question. Okay. Every 10 minutes. Okay. Every 10-15 minutes, I will stop and take your question. So don't worry. Can we solve probably? Okay. I have answered this. So you can unmute and ask after every 10-15 minutes, but let me complete first. Okay. So now Bayes theorem contains of two basic type of probability. Okay. So I will show you this with an example. One is prior probability and another is posterior probability. Prior, posterior. So now what is prior probability? So suppose in a problem or any say real life case also, I will show you a real life case. In any real life case, suppose you are having some basic probabilities, right? Some basic probabilities, right? Basic information. So that is called a prior probability. Now, depending on this prior, how I will show you in a problem. I will solve a problem and I will show you. Okay. So, and depending on this prior probability, if some probabilities are expressed, then it is called a posterior probability. So more or less you can understand when this dependence comes, conditional probabilities. That means those posterior probability will be nothing but conditional probability. And they are mostly based on the prior probability. Okay. So I will show you with the example. So just so you write the formula here. Okay. Yeah, this is my pen. So I will write the formula on the board also. First, you can see the formula here. So what is the formula all about? See, this formula you have to remember actually, but what is the formula all about? It is all about three mutually exclusive events, okay, or two mutually exclusive events, two or more than two. Okay, so A1, if you see this, please all of you look here. This is not one. I have not written PA1 given that B. If you see this is PAI given that B. Okay, this is equal to PAI multiplied by PB given that AI. Okay, that is the only one numerator, and in the denominator you will get some terms. What are the terms? PA. So just once in the denominator A1, A2, A3, and all this will come. So PA1 into multiplied by PB given that A1 plus PA2 into PB given that A2. Now, how to remember? I will tell you how to remember this formula. Okay. See, all of you listen carefully. If you see this term, AI given that B, the numerator term in this one, if you see, this is simply the reverse of this. If you see this, see these two terms, this term and this term. See, I am trying to find out what PAI given that. But in my numerator, what I am writing, this is a formula you have to remember. Okay. So PB given that EI and multiplied by PAI. Okay. So this is how you can remember. No need of plugging up. Simply, when we are trying to find out this AI given that B, we reverse this. You know, we just take the reverse of this. AI given that B, B given that AI. Okay. And the numerator will be, suppose, try to understand, this is not a formula which consists of two events, A1 and A2. It can be A1, A2, A3. It can be A1, A2, A3, A4. Okay, just like if you remember this ball problem, this dress problem. Okay, I explained you two dresses, two balls being collected, but another problem I did in the tutorial class which were three balls. So only it get extended, nothing happens. So suppose there are three events, A1, A2, A3, then how many terms will be there in the denominator? Three terms. Okay, so another term will be what? PA3 into PB given that P3. You need not mug up. Okay, so it's the logical formula. Okay, and I have also told you how to remember the formula also. Now I will take you, okay, let me write it on the board also. Some of you, I will, so what I will do after writing the formula on the board, I will take you to the problem straightway and I will explain the terminologies there. Everything I will explain with the problem. Okay, but before that, I will write on the board. Yes. Some of the students are comfortable with board. So let me write the probability Bayes theorem. So I am writing Bayes. Yeah. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And letters are legible, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So PAI given that B, okay, equals to what? Okay, just PAI given that B equals to numerator. I write the numerator first. What will be my numerator? The term, you can write it first also, no problem. P, just reverse it. B given that AI. So AI. Okay. AI. Right? Multiplied by, you can write this side also, no problem. P AI. AI. Why I am writing AI? Why I am writing AI? Because there can be AI. A can be one. A cannot be one. A can be 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be up to n. There can be n terms, right? Divided by now PA1 multiplied by P, okay, B given that A1, B given, all of you write down this formula please, plus how many, yeah, so P A2 multiplied by P B given that
Eight.
B, A2, yes, correct, right? Very simple. See, is this visible? Just let me.
Yes, sir.
Actually, my this video screen is coming here, so I could not.
Sir, it's
Okay,
visible, sir.
okay. I have taken font also. Okay. So if you see, just try to understand again. So this is our Bayes theorem statement. Bayes theorem is very simple. Okay. And it is, I have also told you how to remember. Okay. I have also told you how to remember. Okay. You did not mug up also. Okay. Now, let me take you to a problem and I will again explain the whole of Bayes theorem one by one, each term wise and each concept wise, right? So please, all of you have a look, have a
Sir, we have
look
to use the total
for
probability rule in
this.
this, right?
Pardon,
We have to use the total probability rule in this, right?
yes. Conditional probability, right? Conditional. Okay, so let me take you to the problem. Yes, let me take you to the problem. My two screens are coming. Okay, just go through this problem, all of you. You know, best way to understand Bayes theorem is by a problem. Okay, so it serves two purpose. Okay, so I will giving you 1 or 2 minutes. Please have a read of the problem. Bayes theorem is very important. I tell you, you can get one question, one even big question, minimum 5 marks. It's my also favorite because Bayes theorem, you know, it's like in a total solution of, if you understand Bayes theorem, you understand everything in probability. Okay, so please have a look of the problem. And I am one of the paper setters, so one question you can get from Bayes theorem. Okay. Okay, please all of you read carefully one by line. I will also help you. I will also help you with the, and I will solve this on the board also. Okay, some of you wanted to me to solve on the board. Might be you are habituated, so I will solve both on my slide and board. Okay, I will go this way, and that will be a revision for us. Okay. So have you gone through? Have you
Yes,
read
sir.
the?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the problem looks big, but once I, you know, explain, you will tell this is the easiest problem. Okay. Problem looks big. It's nothing. See, let me start with the problem. Okay. Now, let me just tell you what is the problem about. It's a manufacturer. Okay. A manufacturer is having three suppliers. Supplier one, supplier two, supplier. They are having some names. Supplier number one is, say, Hall Electronics. Supplier number two is Sculler Cell. So as I told you, always try to give some event. Okay. That makes you very, very, you know, clear what to do. And supply three Crawford components, right? Crawford components. Now, what does it say? 30% of the LS24 chips. Please read my underlined words. 30% of the LS24 chips are purchased from Hall Electronics. That means supplier one, 20% from Sculler Cells, and the remaining 50% from Crawford components. Clear? So this probability, if you see, very, very basic information, very, 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 very basic information. So these three are the prior probabilities. Now read here. All of you read these lines also. Now, the manufacturer has extensive history. It's not they are supplying first time. They are getting for months together, years together. Okay. So they have a history. And from the history, they know, manufacturer know that 3% of the LS24 chips are from Hall Electronics are defective. Read carefully, word by word. 5% of chips from Sculler Cells are defective. and 4% of the chips purchased from Crawford components are defective. Generally, a company, has a rule that we will not allow a supplier more than 6% defective or something, right? For that purpose, they keep a record of the suppliers, right? And this you will find in the manufacturing field also. So they keep some track that more is the, defective, more is the, problematic in the manufacturing sector. Okay. So you have heard of the concept of zero defect of, the Toyota Revolution and everything, quality circle. Okay. So now, so 3% of the LS24 chips from, okay. So all of you have read this. Now, listen very carefully, these three lines, last three lines. So what are these information? These are called posterior probabilities. Posterior probabilities. This probability comes from where? From the prior probability. Okay. Now, what we have to calculate? Read the last three lines very carefully. Last three lines. When LS24 chips arrive at the manufacturer, they are placed directly in a bin and not inspected or otherwise identified by supplier. Okay. Now look, a worker selects a chip for installation in a DVD player and finds it defective. What is the probability that it was manufactured by Color Cells? Color Cells is our second supplier. So got a look and feel of the problem. You have understood what are the elements of problem, what are the prior probabilities, what are the posterior probabilities, and what we need to calculate. Now let us, so all of you can take a picture of this, or you can write, if possible, you write, or you will be just have this data in front of you, okay, in your mobile phone or something. Now I will go to the solution part. So I will solve first on the slide, my slide, and then I will solve on the board. Okay. Okay. So as I told you, always try to simplify by giving some names. Once you give some names, your roadmap becomes very clear. Okay. Suppose you want to come to campus. Okay. I think campus will open. Okay. Someday. So you are coming to campus. So you should have a roadmap, right? You should have a roadmap that from, you're coming from Faridabad, say. So from Faridabad, how to come to campus. Okay. There might be 3 routes, which is the shortest route. Okay. So now the roadmap. So A1 is the event. What is A1? A1 is an event that the chip LS24 chip was purchased from Hall Electronics. A2 is the event that it was purchased from Color Cells. A3, it is purchased from Crawford Components. Clear? We assume this as events. Now, from the problem, we can write this. Please look at your problem now. Read the problem once again. PA1. What is my PA1? Probability that the chip selected was from Hall Electronics. What was the percentage? 30%. Very good. Excellent. PA2. What is the probability that it probability that it was purchased from Color Cells? How much it is given in the problem? 20%. And PA3, how much percent comes from the third? 50%. Is it clear? Yes. We defined the event. We have only defined the event. We have not done anything. We have defined the events. And we take 2 more events, that is B1. We take this because there is another, if you see the problem, there is a defective thing. So take B1 and B2. So B1 is the event that the LS24 chips appears defective, and LS24 chip, and B2, the LS24 chip appears not to be defective. Clear? Now let us look further. Now see, all of you, please look at my slide. So even if you see the posterior probabilities, if you see the posterior probabilities, given that you can read your problem, given that it comes from the first supplier. See, all of you look here, please try to understand. Given that it comes from the first supplier, chip comes from the first supplier, what is the probability that it is defective? How much percentage is given? That
3%.
3%. Excellent, excellent, very good. Okay, PB1 given that A2, given that it comes from the second supplier, what is the probability that it is defective? How much percent given?
5%.
5%. Excellent. And PB1 given that A3, it is 4%. Clear? So see, somebody writing something. I will stop. I will point 3. No. Nimish, it is wrong. Okay. I will come. Please let me explain. Then I will take. Okay. So now these are my prior posterior. Next, what we have to do, see, I'm going stepwise, I'm going very slow. Okay. Now we want to determine, please read the last 3 sentences. What we need to calculate, we want to determine the probability that the defective chip was purchased from Sculler cells. This is what we need to calculate. So what we need to calculate in probability language, see this, we need to calculate nothing but given that first happens right hand side, given that it is defective, what is the probability that it comes from the supplier 2? What was our supplier 2? Sculler cells. Clear? So can we write the Bayes theorem formula for PA2 given that B1? Can we write that from our formula? Yes? Can we write? Yes or no? Can we write the formula?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can write. Okay. Let us go to the Bayes theorem. Okay. Now, from Bayes theorem, as I told you, see, my rules are universal. आपको कुछ रटना नहीं पड़ेगा. PA2 given that B1, what you will do first, what I told, इसको reverse कर दीजिए. PB1 given that A2. Please see here. PB1 given that A2 multiplied by PA2. In the numerator, how many terms will come? How many first of all? 3 will come because there are 3 suppliers, A1, A2, A3. If there are 4 suppliers, how many terms will come? 4. Excellent. If there are n terms, how many terms will come?
And
Very good. So that's why we write AI. Now you understand why I wrote AI in the formula. So this is a expandable formula. Now in the denominator, what is this? PAI. Very simple. Into PB1 given that A1. Now PA2 into PB1 given that A3 multiplied by PA3 into, here a P is missing actually. Okay? It's not like this. This is missing. PB1 given that A3. Is this clear? We know everything. We know PA2. We know PB1 given that A2. We know P1. We know PB1 given that A1. We know PA2. We know PB1 given that A2. PA3. PB1 given that A3. Put all the values, and you will get the answer. What is our answer? 0.2564. So 25.64% is the chance that given that a defective is given, it will come from the Sculler cells. Okay. Is it clear? Any query? Please ask. Then I will go to my board. Please ask. Please, any question, anything?
No, sir.
Okay. I hope it is clear. I explained each and every term, minutest details. Okay. So let me write the same thing on the board because some of you wanted that I should on the board. Okay, let me write it on my, let me go back to my board. Let me, okay, just enter, enter. Create some space. Okay, so how do I define? Okay, let me see the, okay, I have solved already. PA1, what is PA1? What is P1? 0.3. Very,
0.
very good, very good. What is PA2?
0.20.
Very good, excellent. What is PA3?
0.50.
0.5.
Yeah, excellent. PA3 sorry, is equals 0.5. Now, these are my prior probability. What are my posterior probabilities? P, B1 given that A1, B1,
3%.
yeah, very good, excellent. Even that A1, how much is that?
3%.
3%. I write 0.03. Okay. I'm just writing comma and then I'm gapping. I'm giving some gap. Okay. P, B, next, what was
B1
my
condition.
B1 A2.
B1 A2. Very good. B1 A2. Shift B1 given that to how much in the problem?
0.05.
0.05.
0.05. Excellent. And E B1
B1
given that.
A3.
We understand now from the formula what
Yes.
will be, yeah, so no need of mugging up. Okay, आपको सिर्फ 0 बस अब formula, write the formula. What I am going to calculate? P A2
A2.
Given that
given
B1.
that
Given that
B1.
B1.
Very good, excellent. Now write the formula first. So numerator P A2 multiplied by क्या होगा, रिवर्स हो जाएगा,
P B1
कुछ याद नहीं
condition
रखना है.
given that
B1
A2.
given that, बस
B1 given that A2.
yes 100% करेक्ट, कुछ देखना ही नहीं है.
Divided
और
by
P, yeah, divided by how many terms will come?
3 terms.
3 terms. Excellent, your base theorem is over. PA1 into P
B1
B1 given that A1 plus
plus
PA2
P
P,
that it's plus
oh sorry, sorry, plus P A2 just similar P, yeah,
B1
B1 given that A2, B1 given that E2 plus, थोड़ा वो नीचे आ रहा है और जस्ट वो पूरा डिनोमिनेटर में आएगा, राइट,
yes
प्लस P
A3
A3, just forgot to give the bracket, A3 multiplied by P B1 given that H.
A3
Done. Okay. Put the value. We know everything. See, we know everything. Put the value. We know PA2. We know P B1 given that A2. Okay. We know everything. Put the value.
yes
Put the value and get the. This will be. So yeah, this is नीचे आ गया, right. Fantastic. So if you put the value, already I have shown you, let me just put it and show you. Yeah, if you put the value, you will get like this. Okay, so 0.2
0.2564
yeah, 0.2 multiplied by, just I am giving brackets so that you understand, this is a separate term, divided by how many, 3 terms will come, 0.3
into
multiplied by, I'm just giving bracket, 0.03
plus
plus 0.2 into 0.05, 0.2 into 0.5 plus
Plus
0.5 into 0.0.
into 0.
Yeah, 0.5 to 0.
Point 0
Okay. Can you calculate this? Can you calculate this? Oh,
is
another.
equal to
Yeah, this is
point
the
0.2564.
0.256.
Yes.
0.256. Got my point? Right.
Yes.
Okay, so we are done with Bayes theorem. Only one small topic left of probability, that is contingency table. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So any idea about contingency table? Any idea what is contingency table? Anyone can share? Anyone can share? If a word of what is contingency table, because we will require the concept of, oh, let me be in the board only. So let me explain you the contingency table and then I'll go back. Yeah. So what is contingency table? Anyone, please. Okay, let me explain you. Suppose first you understand, then I will take you to the problem. The problem. So now problem may be, see, in the form of addition theorem, in the form of multiplication theorem, in the form of Bayes theorem. Problem can be in the form of contingency table. Very, 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 you will find one sort of this out of problem. So what is contingency table? Let us understand. Suppose in this class there are 60 students. Okay, some are male and some are females. Okay, so gender wise, if I classify this class, some are male, some are females. So what is this classification? This classification is on the basis of gender. Only one characteristic. Now I want that, not one. Now I ask you, how many of you want to, how many male students? First I ask the male students. How many of you want to take HR, marketing and finance? Okay. How many HR? Raise your hand. How many marketing? Raise your hand. How many finance? Raise your hand. So some number will come, some count will come. Okay. And then I ask the female students, how many of you want to take HR? How many marketing? How many finance? Clear? So now if I want to write this table, now look at my board. Look at my board. So I have now two types of data. See, one is gender. This is my gender. In my gender, what are there? What are there? There are some male students. There are some female students. Okay. Say, just a rough hypothetical, male are 40. I am taking some hypothetical number. Don't just go by this. This is 40. Male are 40 and female are in my class are 20, say. And my total students are how many? 60. Okay, this is my total is 60. Now also I see that how many wants to take HR? How many wants to take marketing? How many wants to take finance? So if I just ask you, suppose, okay, I'm not asking, but suppose if I ask you as a professor in charge of this class, obviously I will get some number. Obviously I will get, say, just hypothetically I put some number. Hypothetically I have seen, my observation, not empirical evidence. Okay, my observation is that male students go more for marketing. So I'm putting for HR 5, for marketing 25, okay, 25, and for finance I put 5. Okay, how many is this? 30, 10. So 40 done, 40 students. Okay, so 40 students. And I take female students. I ask all the female students of the class, how many, and my one of the, another observation, not an empirical evidence or research, that majority of the female students take HR. So say 15 or say 10, say I will go for HR. Marketing very less. Girls are not fond of marketing. What I see from my previous experience. Okay, I don't know the reason, but these are some observed. This is some observed data, right? Some data we observed. Observation is also a method of research, right? Observation is also, you will find in the malls, you will find that camera is there. Okay, so they do some research also with that. Okay, okay, what is the footfall and everything, they can collect, calculate many things. Okay, so are you getting this? This table, now look at my table. Can you see my table? Can you see my this table? So
Yes,
look
sir.
at this table. This table is called a, this is called a contingency table, right? So this table is based on two characteristics. What are the characteristics? Number one, gender. I know my gender. I have classified my gender of the class, male, female. I have classified also in the same table. Same table. I have, it's not that in the other table, same table. I have classified my HR marketing and finance students of section D section of IBS, right? Is this clear? What is a contingency table? Yeah, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
simply put, let us see the definition. See, once you understand conceptually, definition is not a very, very big thing actually. But you should understand conceptually. That is my. So what is a contingency table? Please look here. So contingency table is a table used to classify sample observations according to two or more identifiable characteristics. It can be more than two also. Okay, but generally at this level, we only take two. Okay. So if you see movies attended 0, 1, 2 and gender, I took specialization, just the I took gender also and I took specialization, but here they have taken them who are very, movie goers. Okay. So you can find that among the gender, whether the men are, liking movies or the females are liking movies. You can do a research on this, right? Okay. So this can be your, you can do a very good chi-square test. I will discuss what is chi-square test. Don't ask me now. Okay, we'll have a 1 hour session on chi-square test. Each one of the statistical test, we have 1 hour session, right? Just an example. So if you see this table again, I have expressed in two characteristics, gender and movie attendance or attending movie. Okay. Okay, so let me take you to a problem. Let me take you to a problem, simple problem, so that you understand the crux of contingency. So all of you, please look here. Look this problem. Have a look of this problem. Have you gone through?
Yes, sir.
I will give you all the slides. No need of writing anything. You just look at my slide. Okay. I will give you, already I have given you all my PPTs, lectures, even I have uploaded the videos also. Okay. So please look at my slide only. Don't do anything. Okay. I will give you all the slide.
So you have uploaded on QuickForce.
Yeah. I've uploaded
Okay.
everything. Right. Okay. So Okay, so hope you have gone through. Okay, now, so just let me explain. See, there are 200 total employees. Sometimes, you know, the loyalty of the employees checked. What is loyalty? Loyalty means given a better offer, the employee will not leave the organization. So if you see here, in one column or my rows talks about loyalty, and my column of this, right, or my rows are of loyalty. So these are how many total loyal employees do I have? 120. How many not loyal employees? ऑफर मिलेगा तो भाग जाएगा. ओके, 10,000 भी मिलेगा तो भाग जाएगा. Not loyal. Okay, so they would not remain, right? So would remain A1 means what? Loyal. कंपनी में 10,000 मिलेगा तो भी उसी कंपनी में काम करेगा, भागेगा नहीं. Okay, and the second one, A2 are not loyal. Fine. Now length of service. Okay, length of service, how long? Okay, some are very young to the organization, right? Less than 1 year, we call it B1. Please note the denotation. Everywhere I put event, define, and my advice, whatever simple problem, tough problem, whatever problem on earth is there, please define the event. B1, A1, B1. So at the day's end, it will be very easy, I'm telling. If you, sometimes I find just in the last problem, student don't write anything. I have seen copy, only 25.64%. No step, PA1, PA2, nothing is there. Bayes theorem is also not there. Only 25.64. Now, how much marks should I give? It's very dicey. So please write the steps. Okay. Even if your answer is wrong, if you have written the step, I give minimum 80% marks. But the step should be, your formula should be correct. Okay. So 1 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years, more than very loyal. That means they are very loyal. 10 साल से काम कर रहा है एक ही कंपनी में. You know, there is a company called Toyota in Japan, right? Their employee joins and leave. Matlab joins at the age of 25 and leave at the age of 60. Okay, so such good is the, so loyalty is 100% loyal employees. No turnover. Okay, fine. So have you got this problem?
Yes, sir.
Now, as a now what we have to calculate? What is the probability? Read the last three lines. What is the probability of randomly selecting an executive who is loyal to the company? That means would remain. This is loyal. Okay, this is loyal. And other one is not loyal. I am writing NL. Is it clear? Now, what is the probability of randomly selecting an executive who is loyal to the company and see the word, each word has a meaning, as I say, and who has more than 10 years of service? Can anybody tell me in probability language, what should I calculate? What am I going to calculate? Yes. Anyone?
A1, B4.
A1 given that B4.
Yeah, A1, B4.
A1 and B4.
B4, yes, sir.
Yes, very good. You are correct. See here. Now see, my job is half done. A1 and B4. Only I will now put the formula and I will get the. Is it clear or not? Tell me. Calculation, it will not take more than 2 minutes. I told you. अब 2 मिनट लगेगा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में. ठीक है? Let us start. 2 minutes. Okay. So first of all, I have to select from the loyal, who are the, what is the probability? What is PA1? What is P1? A1 is the event of loyalty. So probability that the employee are loyal. How many loyal employees do I have? In the last slide I showed you. How many
120.
loyal? 120. How many
20.
total I have?
200.
200.
What is my
0.60.
probability? 0.6. Excellent. Come to, see, it will not take more than 2 minutes. Probability. Now, probability of the employees who are loyal, given that they are loyal, what is the probability that they have done 10 years or more service? How
25
many are
by
there? Just see the table. 70. You can see here. How many are there?
75.
75.
75.
75, right? 75. And what is my total loyal employees? 120. Okay. Okay. So 70p before given that A1 is 75 by 120. What I need to calculate? What I need to calculate according to the problem, PA1 and B4.
4.
What is the formula of this? Conditional probability PA1 into PB4 given that A1. We know
A1.
we know. So what is, we have already calculated this PA1, which is nothing but 120 by this 200. We have also calculated this one, which is 75 by 1. So if you calculate all this, just calculate by your calculator, it is 0.37. Any question, please ask. Any question? I will solve it on the board. Please hold on. I will solve it on the board as some of you want. But is it clear? So let me go to the board also. Let me go to the board also and solve the same problem. Okay. Let me solve the same problem. Let me go to the board and solve the same problem. Let me take a new page. Okay. So what is my PA1? What is my PA1?
120 divided by 200.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. D section is excellent. Really. Yeah. Sorry. P. Then B4 given that A1. How
Yes,
much
sir.
is?
75 divided by 120.
Yeah. B4 given that
That A1
1 is 75
divided
by
by
120. So which formula am I going to apply? P
A1
A1
and
A1
B4.
and
B4.
B4. See. Okay. This we already know.
A1 into
P A1 multiplied by P before given that
A1.
P before given that put the value, we know everything, put the value, and so 120 by 200,
Into 75 by 120.
yeah, 120 by 200. I'm just giving this symbol, okay, or I should give a bracket, I think. Okay. Let me give a bracket for your convenience. One kahan gaya? 120. It was 120, no? 120 by 200 into multiplied by 75 by 120. So calculate this in your calculator. Point 3.
375.
Clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir.
So that's the end of our probability. We are through with probability. Any query on probability? Any query? Please, 5 minutes are there. Any query, please ask. I will start with next topic, next session. I am not going to start the other session now. Please ask any question you want. Yes. Is probability clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I am stopping every 10 minutes and taking your question. Is the methodology fine?
Yes,
You are
sir.
fine
Yes,
with
sir.
this? Okay. So I will stop every 10 minutes and I will take your question. Right. So please hold on for that 10 minutes. I will certainly take all of your question, whatever is the question. Okay. I'm stopping share. Okay. Now tell me, please. Yeah. We are having 4-5 minutes. Please ask anything, any concept. If you want me to repeat, I can repeat. I am going very slow. I'm telling again because many students are not from statistics background, as I came to know, and this happens every year actually. So I am going very, very slow. So those who know statistics, you will feel a bit I am slow, but I have to take my all the 60 students. That's my prime responsibility. So all 60 must understand. If one is also not understanding, I can repeat. So please ask. Please ask any question.
Not for now.
Till now all clear, right? So far so good. So far so good. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So I will just make a I will not start. I will just make a backdrop of my next session. That is, our next topic is probability distribution. Probability distribution. So I will ask you some question, and I will actually I will ask you some question. You just be in an interactive mode. So my question is, listen is carefully. If I toss a coin 3 times, okay. First question is, if I toss a coin 3 times and I see the outcomes, all the outcomes, okay. How many outcomes, first of all, I will get? Listen
8.
carefully.
8.
Yeah, very good, very good, very good, excellent.
8.
8. If I toss it 2 times,
4.
4. If I toss it 4 times,
16.
yes,
16 outcomes,
16.
sir. 16, sir.
16. Very, very good. Why are you why you see, 2 times mean it will be 2 square, so 4. 3 times mean 2 cube, so 8 outcomes will be there. Okay, these are very, very basic concepts that you should know. And if you toss it 4 times, it will be 16. So we'll see a case, of 3 times, right? Now let me ask you another question, right? Some of you have done probability. So my another question is, now if I toss a coin 3 times successively, listen to me carefully. If I toss a coin 3 times successively, what is the probability that no head will occur? This is my question.
1 by 8.
Yes, very good, Akash. Very good.
1 by 8, sir.
Very good. Very good. So this will be our foundation stone for next session. Okay. This knowledge we required. I will again repeat, just as there is some time. I am just, trying to. Now another question. If same question actually, but a little bit different. If I toss a coin 3 times, again, same thing. What is the probability that one head will occur?
1 by 4.
1 by 4, sir.
1 by 4.
No, no,
1 by
no. You write and say. If you are first time doing, you have to write. So all of you
3 by
write 3 by
4.
3 by
3
8,
by 8.
sir.
3 by
3
8.
by 8, sir.
yes.
3 by
Who
8.
is this? 3 by 8. Who
3
said
by 8.
3 by 8? Who is this? Akash.
सर एक जने ने और बोला था सर.
It's very difficult. I
Sir.
have not opened that participant. I cannot see also. So I can see you maximum number of time. No problem. I will explain this. Okay, how students are telling 1 by 8, 3 by 8. I will first I will explain this and then I will start with probability distribution. Okay, so let us take a break of 15 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us take a break of 15 minutes.